Today's show takes a special trip to Norton Sound, to the town of Unalakleet. It's our privilege to be invited to this Eskimo village with some of the best fishing in the world. The trip begins in Anchorage and takes us to western Alaska, just south of Nome. We will be fishing on the Unalakleet River, which winds down from the Kaltag Mountains and hosts some incredible silver salmon fishing. Mark and Beaver were lucky to have 3 local guides to show them the river.
Hello and welcome to Alaska Living the Dream. We're at the banks of the Unalakleet River where you know you're going to catch a nice silver. Well, Beaver, you were here a day before all of us, and what kind of action did you see?
Well, I tell you, Mark, right now this area, up here on the Norton Sound is experiencing record silver runs. You might have seen the commercial nets out there. They've been doing really good for a couple weeks. The subsistence fishermen are doing good, and likewise the sport fishermen are doing well. We got up here, we threw a lot of hardware, Vibraxes, Pixies, and we also ran some plugs, and we were able to catch some nice quality, bright 10, 12, 13-pound coho. It was pretty steady action.
And this is day 2. We're hoping we can make a mixed bag of fish today.
Woo! It doesn't take long before their guide Sam hooks into a hard-hitting coho.
That's a bad net job. Nice, bright, Unalakleet silver. Mark, Mark, you go to that side.
I think the river's a little bit clear today.
I think it came up a little bit.
I think it's clear.
We need a bigger net. Oh, nice fish.
Nice fish. Nice fish, Sammy.
Pliers.
Nice fish.
Well, we just pulled up here to the spot. I was trying to get these plugs going out the back, and I had Sam casting here, and it wasn't no more than about 3 casts. And lo and behold, we hooked into a nice 13-pound silver here. And that's how you do it on the Unalakleet River right there.
Nice.
Good job, Sam. We're going to put this one in the fish box, I think. That one's going to the smokehouse.
Sam seems to have the hot hand in the morning, setting up his second silver of the day. If the day keeps going like this, Sam isn't going to have any orange paint left on that spinnerbait. More action when we come back.
Welcome back to the Unalakleet River here with Alaska, Living the Dream. I'm your host, John Beaver Madison. Right now we're coho fishing. We've hit a few here. We're trying out this spot. May move upriver. I thought I had a bite there. Anyway, Sam, why don't you tell us a little bit about your community? He's born and raised here in Unalakleet. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your community, how many people there are there, and what the economy is like? And
Unalakleet, otherwise known as Unalakleet, where the east wind blows, we have about 900 people here, and we do everything from silver fishing, pink fishing, king fishing, and also chums. But that's not only one of our economies. One of our big economies is crab fishing out there, king crab, northern town king crab, and everything else. Besides that, everybody else, we subsist.
so you guys' fishing season starts out, you guys get kings starting in June. The pinks, chums show up.
Chums, we get a few selective reds. They're not, they don't come in big swarms, but we get some. Cohos are our main.
Coho is the strongest run. Right now they're having a record run out here. The commercial fishermen are doing real well. Sport fishermen are doing well. A lot of these people, this is their grocery store right here. These mountains, these rivers.
Yeah. This river also picks up steam during the winter. It's clamoring during the summer for silvers. But during the winter, of course, you got the world-famous Iditarod that comes right through this. Unalakleet River runs up the Norton Sound right to Nome. About 90 miles away from Nome.
There's a lot of history through here, especially the Iditarod, came through here. It's an important trade route for the early native settlements that were in this area. There's also a lot of gold panning history here. We're located, about 150 miles southeast of Nome. I'm running a plug here off the back, wrapped with a sardine wrap in this current here. We got Sam and Mark, they're casting vibraxes off the front here. There's a hit right there, come on.
Beaver is using a plug, which is more common when it comes to king fishing, but he knows the aggressive tendencies of these coho salmon won't let him down. John Beaver Madison has fished all over, and like many Alaska anglers, when pressed on the question of picking one fish above the rest in Alaska waters,
I would say you got to pick these coho salmon. There's just, they're widespread, they're aggressive, they bite, they show up in large numbers, they put on great acrobats, good runs. You can catch them on all kinds of tackles, fly rods, spinning rods, plugs, bait, and they're just a really fun fish. They're fun for the kids, and when they're in, man.
And today they are on. With one in the net, a second hookup is only moments away.
Let me see, you got him?
It's a feed himself. Oh,
Let's go on.
I got a fish too. Double whack.
We got a double header going here. Let's try not to. Where's your fish at, Sam?
The Unalakleet family.
Nice bird.
Not just stacking yourself in hard.
Yeah.
Woo!
As advertised, the Unalakleet River can be spectacular silver fishing. Bring them over here, Sam.
Yeah, bring them over.
I don't know, man. And that's, I don't know.
I think mine's a little bigger than
You know, it's exciting when you get the rods going out and boom, one fish hits. Next thing you know, another guy in the front of the boat's got a fish on. You're going around, you're doing a rodeo all around each other. Fish are going everywhere, and man, it just doesn't get any better than that. Bring its head right in.
this. This is an ordinary
Alright, hold on. Keep him right there. That's one.
Bring around here. Bring around that side.
Come on over here, Sam. Got him. There we go. That's how you do the double.
That's how you don't see the fish.
Huh?
Is that nice?
And that's how you do the double on the Uniclete. That's living the dream right there.
Oka, how you doing? Hey, my friend Mark Drake.
Mark?
John Madison Beaver.
Beaver. I like that. Nice to meet you.
Meet you.
Well, welcome to my land up here. This is my grandparents' native allotment. We're about 20 miles up the river from Unalakleet. Another 60 miles up the portage will be at the Yukon River, Caltag. So we got quite the portage right here. It's definitely kind of the mainstay of lifestyle around here. As you can see, we got the berries. We have some Sura tea. Put this in boiling water. Gives you all sorts of energy to carry on your day.
And by the way, Lee's a third-generation pilot.
Third-generation pilot. Family owns an airline, operates an airline. It's more, you know, most people run a business as a business, but it's more a service to our people out here.
Interesting you say trade and how transition back and forth. Talk a little bit about how this history of trade in this area.
Well, history of trade goes way back. It goes back into the Eskimo and Indian days where there was plenty of wars. This river was full, had about 7 Inupiaq villages from here down to the town. 20 miles, 7 villages. And then just around the bend here, about 3 bends up, was the first Indian post, the first Indian village. So they'd have wars. They definitely had their wars back and forth. But one thing that made our people survive for so long, for thousands and thousands of years, is trade.
And yet a land so full of history seems completely untouched. The hills of the Unalakleet River offer Beaver and Mark more than just a view. It's time for an afternoon snack in the Alaska Bush Buffet.
Pretty good, huh?
Well, yeah, you know, the locals are out here picking these, putting them away for winter, making the jams and the jellies, and to us fishermen that are just passing through, it makes a good little riverside snack.
Exactly right. It's obvious we got our fruit, but I need a little bit more protein. Let's go back to the river and see what we can catch.
So guys,
By the time the rest of the guys make it down the hill, Beaver has already got a fish.
I don't care where you're at in Alaska, that's a trophy grayling right there, Unalakleet River. Woo! Look at that, that's a beautiful fish, one of the most beautiful fish in Alaska. Got the big fin, colors on that thing. I'd say that goes about 17, 18 inches. Made a few flips out there, and this very aggressive silver grabbed it. Nice one, Mark.
Gobble that one up.
These coho, they spend about 2 years out in the ocean, and they come back here to spawn after about 2 years feeding around out there. They'll come back in, Oh, we got him. Nice fish, Mark. That's a big hen there. She's full of eggs. They come in and spawn and do their thing, and quite amazing what a journey they have. And that's another nice one for the fish box. In case you were wondering out there, the limit on this river is 4 fish per person per day, sport fishing. And they just went to emergency opening to 10 a day. The run was so good that they opened it up to 10 a day. And as we're seeing that action right now.
Mark has watched Sam and Beaver catch fish all day long, and now it's his turn as he catches one fish after another.
There you go, Sam. You're not
A little too red.
Holy smokes, that's a hot fish. Oh man, we got a double here.
Barrel action here.
Hot out.
Woo!
It's not only hot outside, it's actually pretty damn hot too.
You can't swear.
It's actually pretty darn hot.
Tighten your drag a little bit, Mark.
When the silvers are running, catching doubles comes with the territory. It's the Unacleat Ballet. And the only bad part is trying to figure out what to do when you only have one net.
Oh,
That's 2 points, boys.
Woo!
That's 2 points.
Good job, Mark. That's living the dream.
Get these red ones that start looking more like a red salmon. When the fish hit fresh water, they've been out in the ocean for their whole lives. They hit the fresh water, and the change from the sea salt right into fresh water starts a process of the fish changing colors. These red ones, they go from a bright silver to a shiny red. The red ones have been in here probably a good week at least, lingering their way up the river, taking their time, getting ready to spawn. And the meat is still just as good on a red one. There's no major change in the meat. Although it does go from a lighter pink into a little bit deeper red. They're still really good eating. Next month in about September, mid-September, we'll be coming up here seining, catching a bunch of red ones to dry for the winter. You just dry them and put them away for the winter. They got a big jaw hook when they start getting red. They hit the fresh water, they aren't so bad. But they right when they hit the fresh water, they just got a nice flat level mouth. Oh, drop that guy, but you saw that he had a big hook coming over the top. The males have a big hook. The females kind of look like a Boeing aircraft come to a point. Those males' hooks start drawing over once they hit the fresh water. Big jaw that comes over, and then they get big teeth growing inside there. They got them, but they don't mature until they hit the fresh water. That's how you start getting that big jaw. I got another fish on over here.
I did there is run right through the grass line. I didn't have to do much more than that. Try to keep away from that edge of that boat. That's 2 points, boys.
As soon as Beaver's got this one in the net, Mark has got another one on the line. There are thousands of fish swimming by, and the fishing couldn't be any better.
Oh, man.
Oh man, that's a hefty fish.
Derby winner.
Oh, nice fish, Mark. Nice fish. Don't get much better than that. I'll let you do the honors of releasing them.
Give him a kiss goodbye.
By the time the day was done, they'd caught a good variety of fish and several beautiful coho salmon. With the help of their guides, Reuben, Sam, and Lee, the trip to Unalakleet was as good as it gets. And as a special treat, Lee took the guys up for a bird's eye view to see where they'd been fishing.
Well, first off, there's a lot of thank yous going on out here because we had a great time. Arctic Transportation Service and Lee Ryan, thank you so much. Hey, and thanks for the fishing tips too.
No problem. Hopefully we can go do it again.
Should be fun.
I'm ready.
We will.
My arm's a little tired, but I'm ready.
Everybody's arms tired after a
Definitely.
great day like fishing.
Definitely.
Thanks, Lee.
Thanks, Mark. Do it again.
For sure.
You know, we got some good friends up here, some good people that were able to take us out and show us, put us on fish right away, take care of our, you know, our housing, our transportation, and they really made it all happen for us. Without them, especially West Coast Construction, the Cunninghams, and ATS Ryan Air, taking us around, showing us the sights, you know, it really gave us an advantage, you know, as outsiders coming in. They welcomed us to their community and put on a great show for us.
Thanks for watching Living the Dream.
Oh, cow.